Hello everyone, welcome back to another Farthest Frontier Let's Play. We just finished our big city with 25 episodes and now I'm going right into a new one, once again on the highest difficulty. I usually have this trend of trying to suffer for as much as possible, and this game is no exception. It's a beautiful game and it is pretty well balanced, so I thought, why not? Let's try it. Let's try to survive as long as possible. My first Let's Play was on a Trailblazer difficulty, but now we go for Vanquisher. Let's just go ahead. Let's call our one here, so I am home, I guess, because we are going to choose the Alps Valley. Last time I was in the plains. That was rather easy because it's a lot of flat lands. And yeah, we have two of the higher difficulty maps up there, the Arid Highlands or the Alpine Valley. The Alpine Valley has the problem that it's very hilly, right? So it's difficult to build in many locations, and it also has pretty harsh winters with lots of blizzards and stuff like that. So Alpine Valley it is. For advanced settings, we're going into the Vanquisher for everything, right? So that means extra resources, Vanquisher. We start with a very low amount of stuff. The wildlife is very harsh to us. That means deer are rare. That's very bad for hunting grounds. And wolves and bears are plentiful. For the maladies, we go with harsh conditions, so that means that diseases spread very quickly, and we will also have lots of diseases on our fields. And for the raiders, of course, also harsh. That means a very high combat challenge. Organized groups of elite raiders will attack us quite often, and the local lords in the area are also particularly brutal. So yeah, that sounds like fun, right? There's my seed up there. I'm just going with what is being well, given to me here. Alpine Valley it is. We're starting with a normal medium-sized map again because I don't think the larger size is really doing that much. And with that, let's have some fun. Go, 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 go. Alrighty, and here we are on a fresh map. Let's just quickly have a look around to see if we get a good location. What I can see right now is we do have some lakes on this map. So there is one up here that is also surrounded by smaller deposits and berry bushes there. No hunting site what I can see so far. We got a big beautiful mountain up here that is probably the cornerstone of my village then, because it's very good for protection. A smaller lake over there. Bear in mind, this is not the whole map, right? So this is just a glimpse of what this map is all about. There's a huge lake here. Lots of water. I love water, so I'm probably going to build my village close to a mountain and a lake. This is actually looking pretty good here. We got a big mountain there. We got the lake. Resource-wise, we do have some coal, clay. No sand is what I can see. There is one hunting site at least. There is some iron deposits here. Do we have gold deposits close by? There is a gold deposit up there, but yeah, it's a very small one, so it's not going to last for a very long time. No sand from what I can see right now, which could be problematic then once again. So I've already had a playthrough without sand. So actually there's sand up here on the mountain, right? Also just a smaller one because it's not boosted or anything like that, like the coal here, but nothing that much. I mean, at this difficulty level, we can't expect too many high quality resource pits, right? There's a clay deposit then, and that's it. I think there we have lots of further land there and a beautiful lake. I think this is looking like a good location there. We got the back to the mountain there, so very easily to defend in this area. Also here, there would be a good wall over there. Lots of flat land in this area. And yeah, I think this is my starting location for a beautiful village. And there we've placed it right somewhere in the green spot here. Right, we don't need to destroy that much. That is also pretty important to note in the beginning, that if you place it somewhere in the dense forest area, it's going to take a long time for this one to build. And from now on, the clock is ticking. From now on, we do consume food. The predators will spawn on the map and will put up camps, right, and will then start attacking us. From now on, it's just everything is ticking. Also, yeah, our first winter that is then approaching at some point. So they're building it. They're not very happy right now. We got a nice little storage cart here that we can still move around a bit. That is our only place of shelter at this point. And in that case here, it's going to take just a tiny bit of time now here to build this one. What we need to do right now is start up some gathering nodes. So up here we got lots of dense forest. I would like to do this. These trees here, they grow again, so don't worry about that. We do have some stone deposits there. Not a lot of stone from what I can see right now. So this is definitely one of the downsides of this this side here once more. But since we are in the Alpine Valley, we should get lots of stone deposits along the way, hopefully exploring it. There's the deer sighted here that we can use then right away as well. And yeah, I think it's also time to start building up a road network. We do need this for structure, just very important overall. Having this one here. We're pretty close also to the lake here, so this is of course on purpose, as the lake is just very, very important. And then we got these hawthorns here, so berry bushes overall. Not the blueberry type, so we cannot move them, right? You can only move the blueberries. Do we actually have blueberries? There is blueberry bushes up there. Quite a few of them, right? So these we can then actually move. They have the moving button. So we might gather up them for a smaller field then as well. Alright, town center still in construction on a fine rainy day. And now that it's a sunny day, it is still pretty cold, right? So we're still in mid-spring cold temperatures. A light breeze is on the ground. Nothing too serious right now. We should also be careful of this iron deposit that we have then over there. And I'm probably also going to start up now my first production sites. Then once we have the town center here finished, let's prioritize this one, because I think they're actually building the road right now. And I would also like to mark a few more stone deposits. Finally, all the resources are in, and as we can see, the town hall is being finished up. And there you go, our very first building, tier 1 of course, out of the 4 tiers that we'll have. And this opens up now all the other buildings. One of them would be the stockyard, one of the primary buildings that we're going to have, right? So here we can store all the raw materials. And I'm going to start my smaller industry area then in this area there, because it's close to the mountain, and we do have also then our iron deposits, our coal deposits. There is some deer sighted there, so there's everything that we need for starters. Let's just get this stockyard then somewhere out here. So looking also a bit closer there to the town hall, then a bit closer to the whole area. This is where logs are being stored. So another very important building that we should have close to that is then right away our firewood splitter, because with this one here we need to make the firewood for the first winter. There's a stone deposit with 10 stone. That's fine, so we can quickly destroy it, right? I would like to have my firewood splitter up here then, a bit further away than still as well, because it is reducing the desirability of anything that's coming close. And I'm going to leave a bit of space around the stockyard there, because this is a defensive area, right? So we need to build some structures around that to defend our stockyards and warehouses then as well. So that's what I'm doing with it basically. All right. As we can see, already has all the resources. Let's also put up something for water. So that is something that we will need then quite early. And we definitely will need to start with our first food production as well. And the cool thing here is we do have the lake close by. So this is going to provide us a nice amount of food early on. So I can just go ahead here with my first fishery, my first fish farm there. And also, since we do have the deer sighted, I would also like to have my hunter. We're going to make this rather closer to the village there. We can move them later on, right? Which we should or do quite often. But for now, it's going to be fine. And then a forager as well for this area. As I can see, there's some eggs here. So some bird nests over there. They will yield us some juicy eggs. Making some omelets out of that. There's some herbs. That's also very good and important. And I think I saw a predator up there. But we'll just... yeah. There's herbs as well. So this is also something that we need very, very quickly. Perfect. So the stockyard is working. We got everything here in the city center set up. Now that's going to be a very nice area there, right to the lake. So we're going to make a nice city area here, close to the lake. Then much later. Stone. Oh, that's a huge stone deposit there. 84 stone. So important. And I just love how we really have the village there surrounded then by the mountain up there, right? So it's going up here again, and then we have the mountain, but I think it's not too steep. So yes, we can build houses here everywhere almost. So this is not going to hinder us too much. We will need to flatten a few things there, but it's not a big deal. And then it goes up here into this very, very steep mountain area that we have over there for mining and whatnot. So this is going to be pretty cool then, I think. All right, fishing shack is coming along, and also the firewood splitter is coming along. Fishing shack, let's apply it right away. We don't have a boost, unfortunately not. On this difficulty level, there's usually not that many fishing shoals, so boosts for that, for the food, but we will still be fine with this. Probably build a second one then ASAP. Right, everything is taking a bit of time there, of course, as we need to chop down the trees ad hoc. So just as we're building it. And these people here, do we have some young women? Yeah, there's one, 18. This is helping. Forona. There we have Lottie, she's 47, that's a bit too old already. So Lovelyn, there is 29, so we got some younger women there too. Last time I started this game, we had only women in their 40s and 50s. That was rather unlucky. So there is some of them now. The Forager Shack, perfect. This one, let's just see. Up here we do have, oh yeah, this is a good area. We have the hawthorns, the herbs, eggs, and mushrooms. So basically everything that we need for a good production. So I'm just going to get my forage up there. There we also consume now a worker with that. And then we have the hunting cabin, last but not least. And this will then be up here in the deer area. And as we can see, even though this is a hunting ground, we have a low fertility on this, right? So there's probably not going to be too many deer roaming around. And the game even suggests that I should go up here because there's more deer sighted. So let's go for this for now. Also, the Firewood Splitter is working now, consuming logs to make firewood out of it. And Alan is doing this. Very, very hardy task. Alright, so the basic industry is set up. Next up on my list, very important, are houses. So let's go ahead and make us another road over there. And for houses, we probably would start then down here with our first districts. I'm going to have then a school here, probably, and the market. So for this whole area, right? We want to plan this whole district there for now, because it's also a bit closer than to my industry, basically. So we can start up with the first houses. Let's also leave a bit of room there, right? So to have some ornaments in between then. So I'm going to make it like this. And then we have those houses like this. And then we have here some garden trails that we can add then later on. So a bit of a distance there between the road and the houses is very much advised. 4 houses, that's quite enough for now. So that's our first little block. And the well. Very important to go with the well also. That is going to provide water. Let's just have this one here in the center right away, because it's going to be needed then for the industry and for the houses. And yeah, Ironholm is growing. We got the first attack already. Now you can do this. There you go. That was... We had it to act quickly there, right? So she was fleeing, and if she flees, she gets definitely killed at some point. So let's rather go out there. Rocker. I mean, she's a 23-year-old female. We gotta be realistic here. We can't have her dying needlessly, right? But it was fine for now. And look at that. She's a mountain climber indeed. She just goes up here. No problem whatsoever. Rocker. She's a born hunter. I just love the romantic little village building that we have. So just a few houses here. Also another well is coming up, getting equipped right now. Yep, they want shelter, so this is one of the primary reasons why they're unhappy. And I can totally see that. I can see their argument about it. What's going on there? Ah, perfect. And also the well has now all the resources, and our next building is popping up. A well for water supply. And these houses will just take a little bit longer. There's also a rock deposit here that's in the way a bit, so those 6 stones will need to be harvested. Oh no, actually they don't, right? It's clipping in a bit, but it's fine. And as we can see, the first houses are coming up now. Perfect! A first shelter. In all of this, 4 people live in right away, move in, they get some water. For my storage is very important. Let's continue with a root cellar. So this is where food is being stored that is also then durable. The root cellar also will need some protection at some point. Right now it's not going to be so important. Let's just still have it beside the stockyard then here for that next basic building that we have, right? And this one, actually, let's get this one a bit closer for now to the village, because the market will need then the food that is coming in from the root cellar. So just over there. And so much hawthorn here that is being harvestable right now. I hope my forager is doing the job and harvesting as much as possible, because we are officially out of food now. Of course, food consumption is pretty high. This one here is very important, so let's also prioritize this. And also my 2 more houses that we still need. So I still need to have 3 houses ready for the first winter. ASAP, and we are in late summer, so the clock is ticking. Don't get fooled by the beautiful graphics. Absolutely don't. I'm scared. You can't see that, but I'm totally scared. It goes well into autumn. We are mid-autumn now, and this house is just getting finished now, since it's taking a long time to get all these logs in. There you go, the 3rd house, and now everybody has a home. The last 2 or 3 people move in, so everybody should have a home now. Perfect. And of course, they will also equip themselves with all kinds of commodities and storage items, like water, also some smoked meat that we still have. Firewood, very important. We do have 80 firewood right now, so they can get it from the stockyard then as well. And also, of course, from my firewood splitter over there. And yeah, they will have a warm home at least for this winter, and also enough food, as we have food stored for 12 months right now. Though bear in mind, raw meat and raw fish is in there too, and this spoils extremely quickly, so I will probably lose this. That's what the root cellar is for, that we store this. And another very important building that we should get out there ASAP is the Smokehouse. With this one here, we can dry and cure meat and fish, greatly extending how long these foods keep before spoiling. Also needs, of course, someone to work on them again. But that's beside the point right now. Let's go ahead and get us the smokehouse out, probably closer to the root cellar there. We do have these berry bushes there that I really don't want to get rid of. Or we just have it beside the firewood splitter, which is already an ugly building. And yeah, let's go ahead and have it right beside the firewood splitter. This is already a undesirable building, so having 2 of them side by side is just very, very much better, or very better for our look, right? So no one is getting disturbed by that. My storage card, let's move this one a bit closer here. So we need to also prepare, of course, for the first raider attacks at some point here. And this is the area then that we can protect easily. We got the storage buildings close to the town hall that can fire in the beginning in Ironholm. So that is one thing. And the other one would be that we can have then towers around that. But for now, it's fine. Yeah, it's taking a long time, really, but we can't do anything about it. More people would like to join, so we do need more food supply. We have that, actually, the 4 months, but we do need 6 houses in total, right? So another one is coming up, the 4th one then, and then we can continue then with a few more houses that we can have, probably in this area, as that is my starting one. That we have the lake, right? And here we probably will have then the first market or something. Let's have another 2 houses, one here and one here. So just beside our town hall then as well, and also rather central. And I'm going to keep a bit of a distance there to the road as well, because we can add then some lovely, nice little plazas and gardens to these areas there. And especially the plazas as entrance points. I like that a lot. And of course, desirability is so important. There is a wolf coming in. Let's focus our soldiers, our villagers, so they can quickly take care of this. But of course, that was still very close. Luckily, Viridian is not wounded here, right? So if he would be wounded, then we would have a problem. Luckily, he's not. So just some herbs will do the job to get him up there on his feet, to get the health up again. My root cellar, just 2 more stone. And look at that, we're down to 1 month of food, right? Because all the meat and the fish spoiled. So down from 12 months of food. That's how quickly it can happen. And the smokehouse will also need priority here over the houses, because I think they want to finish the houses first. But we put priorities on these. And yeah, that's the first year already. We are coming to winter number 1. There's actually some stone lying around here. What happens at the beginning of winter? All my people go to their homes and just live in them. We don't have any food anymore. There is some food still stored in these houses, right? It just means that there's no food stored anymore in my stockyards or storages. Doesn't mean that my population starves right away, because they still have food stored in the houses. This one doesn't. This one only has water. So the winter break will be a short one, I hope, as these people can't live without food for too long. So I think for 1 month It's a winter break now. And I hope it's not going to be a too cold winter. It's going to be a deadly cold temperature winter, of course. So that also means that firewood is going to be consumed rather quickly. We do have 88 still left. And of course, plus the firewood that is stored in those homes, right? That's something. Another problem that we have with these homes here is that waste starts to accumulate as well. So a compost yard will be needed soon. Not right now, but very soon. Winter is beautiful. The lake is freezing. No more fishing on the lake for now. Actually, there is a shoal bonus. No, that's just fish lying around. Someone dropped it in a moment of panic. And that's the end of it. Beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I love winter time. And the first villager is getting out there. I think he's starving. And he wants... Oh, he stocks his shelter. Alright, he gets some more firewood. And gets it to his home. Because it's running out of firewood. As it is just very cold. Alright, and after a couple of minutes, the villagers are getting out there, back to work. It's pretty cold, of course, so they do have some basic clothing right now. So the living clothes and the hide coat she's wearing, for example, that keeps her warmth at 100%. But of course, these clothes degrade, and also the temperatures could be even colder, so we do need to look out for better clothing then as well. Now, everybody back to work. Please finish my root cellar there. It's taking way too long. And also my fisherman is continuing to fish here. Ajax. Looking out there. No one knows what's awaiting us in the black hole. Very good. So at least the stockyard now has, the root cell has all the resources, which just need to be built. There you go. And this is a pretty important building that is going to stay for a very, very long time. And we can store the food now in here. And then we still need the smokehouse as well. By the way, since, yep, we are going to have 6 houses soon, so that means more villagers will join as well. I should also look out for more food production. So what I can do is I could have a second forager then in this area and get my berry bushes over, right? So we do have them over there, the blueberry ones, and I can take them and start up a little farm over there if I want to. And I think I want to, right here, a bit further up on the hill perhaps, we can start with this little farm then as well. So whatever I find out there, these berry bushes there, blueberries, I can then move them over and start up a little farm there as well. So this is something. And the other one is, since we get the smokehouse, I would also like to go with a second fishing shack, because we do have a pretty big shore here, and of course it would be a shame to not fully use it. Build it here for now. I have this habit to keep vegetation intact as long as possible, and this is just a very beautiful patch of trees here. Alright, the winter is coming to an end. It was a very hard one. We are out of food supply. Firewood is also dropping pretty hard. And we still have very cold temperatures. But at least we survived with no deaths yet. As everybody's going back to do his business. And hooray, also our smokehouse is finished, so this is going to consume now firewood and also the meat and the fish respectively, right, and makes a smoked meat and smoked fish out of that. And this one in return gets then right over here to my root cellar, where there's already some herbs stored and eggs stored to further improve its spoilage duration, so its durability. And in that case here, as we can see, only out of the 5 months of food right now, or in 2 months we have the food spoiled, right? So it's much better than before. So before it was 12 months and 12 months of, or 12 spoilage, and now it's 2 spoilage in 4 months. That's much better for durability. Alright, still food is low, and right now there's actually 0 spoilage. So all the food that we have, that means all the eggs and smoked meat is pretty much endlessly available to us. I only have hawthorn here in the area, unfortunately. I would like to have a few more blueberries, but we'll need to find them then. There is another blueberry bush. 2 more important buildings we should plan out right away. The one is the storehouse. So this one here is going to provide us some advanced storage then as well that we can have. Let's have this one a bit closer here to my city. I'm going to destroy these hawthorn bushes, but that's totally fine. It's not in the area of my forager. That one here, also closer to the village then. And the other one would be my saw pit. Saw pit actually it's called. And this one is going to provide us with planks out of the logs that we make. And let's get this one a bit further over here. So I'm also going to keep a bit of a distance there to my storage area that we are going to have then here. And this fishing shack, let's get rid of that. It's not being built yet. I would like to have it in another location actually. So probably just behind this one there. Or beside it. Let's have it beside it. It's fine because we can then have the work area moved a bit over. Unfortunately, there's really no bonus fishes on this lake. So it's all going to be normal fishing, whatever he gets out there. Also, my little blueberry bush farm is set up here, right? So that's the first 6 bushes, and as we can see, they're being harvested then right away. It's up here close to the mountain because my forager is taking the resources out of this forest here, and this one is within its reach, right? So we just boosted the existing area already, and whenever we find more blueberry bushes, there is another one, we can then just quickly move it over there too, to enlarge in this, to increase the size of this farm there. So we are in the beginning of summer again, early summer it is. It is warm right now, and yeah, those buildings are going to take a long time. Before we finish them, let's prioritize the houses, because this will enable then immigration. And I would like to prioritize these 3 houses there. We do have then 6 houses in total, and with that, the first people should then also arrive at my village, and we can expand a bit more quickly, because we still only live at the 11 population that we started with. Probably some squiggly pooping happening at some point, so babies coming out, but for now, that's just it. Alright, so far so good. We are alive, we are well and prospering for now, at least until there's a big raider attack coming, and we continue onwards here in the next episode. Stay tuned.